When I was around 11 or so, my siblings and I were all playing hide and seek in my house. Now I know under the bed is the first place you always look, but for whatever reason, I decide to hide under my little sister's bed in her dark room. So I get down on the floor and squeeze under and wait for the seeker to come looking for me, and as I am laying there waiting, I hear a little girl giggle next to me. I could clearly see I was the only one under the bed, and I was the only one in the room. And I shot out from under the bed and told everyone what happened, and that was the end of the game. Girl, y'all got an extra sibling your mom didn't tell you about? They probably hide her under the stairs like Harry Potter, because they're ashamed of her. I don't know why that's funny. But what's up, guys? Today we're gonna check out some scary Home Alone stories. Because we are all home alone right now, so I thought it would be a good idea to creep everyone out, because you can't leave. I'm evil, I know. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, be a part of the Socially Awkward family, and follow me on Instagram and check out channel memberships. Links are all down below. And you can probably tell I am hyped up on coffee again. I got a large this time. So yeah, be sure to give this video a like and a share, and comment below your favorite coffee, if you drink coffee. If you don't, I don't trust you. What, you just wake up naturally energized in the morning? No. That's evil. That's dark magic. So yeah, let's do this. When I was younger, I spent the day helping a neighbor rake leaves on his property. He was friendly with my family, so he walked me home to say hi to my parents. Yeah, that's not creepy. We walked into the house and heard my mom upstairs talking. It sounded like she was on the phone and walking around. I called for my dad, no answer. My neighbor says, well, it sounds like your mom is on the phone. I'll catch them another time. We say goodbye and he leaves. Okay, so he's not a kidnapper, thank you. I go upstairs to see my mom, but I can't seem to find her or hear her anymore. I search the house and it's empty. I'm thinking, did she leave the house while I was saying goodbye to the neighbor? Somehow. I call my dad's cell. My mom didn't have one. Well, that's weird. She's a terrorist. And he picks right up. I ask him where he is and if he knows where mom went. We're at the store. We've been running errands for a couple hours. Instant goosebumps. My neighbor and I both heard footsteps upstairs and a woman's voice. No idea who or what it was, but we both heard it. I waited outside until my parents got home. I would have went to your creepy neighbors. Okay, it was either a ghost or some homeless lady that broke in, used your phone to call up her friends, probably ordered some Postmates, and then she dipped out. Respect. Our street is almost 200 years old and very picturesque, so it attracts tourists in our city. There have been more than a few times where I've come upstairs from the garden level kitchen living room to the street level first floor to find that I haven't closed the curtains. Tourists will be peeking in, trying to see what the interior looks like. It's annoying and kind of creepy, but I'm used to it. Yeah, I would not be used to that. I would scare them and pop in the window like, boy, get your butt out of here. One night I came upstairs to go to bed to find some guy standing in front of our window. Our windows are the original casings, so they've got heavy wooden interior shutters we close at night. I closed one side because screw it. I don't care if you want to see our upstairs living room. I'm tired. I went to do the other and he just gave me this furious look. Like his face just twisted into so much anger that it stopped me in my tracks. We stared each other down for a few moments before he gave me this big, creepy, leering smile and walked slowly down the street. I think I woke up and checked our deadbolt and chain like 8 times throughout the course of the night. That is creepy. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Jeff the Killer. I think that's his name, but he used a knife to cut a permanent smile into his face. That was probably him. Jeff's just trying to check out your interior design like, hey, I just want to check out your interior. I need some help decorating my murder basement. Can you recommend some weapons? My girlfriend went out of town for the weekend, so all my friends came over for a night of games and alcohol. A few days later, my SO, significant other, opens the oven to make dinner and found a baked cake in it. No dirty dishes, no mess, no explanation whatsoever. So someone just left you some free food? Are you complaining? To this day, none of us know how it got there. It's not a creepy ghost story, but it is the biggest mystery in my life. And no, nobody was drunk enough to forget baking a perfect cake, cleaning the dishes, and putting everything away. So someone left you a perfectly baked cake for free, did the dishes, and dipped out, no interruptions. What's the problem? Is it chocolate? 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning, I was in bed petting my very bossy cat, I love the detail, who had pushed my bedroom door open a few minutes prior when I saw my dad. The entry to the kitchen is just that, an entrance. There is no door. I saw him in his oversized black shorts and miscellaneous old t-shirt cross the kitchen entryway. First I thought, why the heck is he not at work? Then I realized he wasn't wearing his glasses, which led me to think he must be sick. So I get up despite my stupid cat's nasty face. Yeah, you disturbed his nap. And walk to the kitchen to ask him if he's feeling okay. No one was there. No one was home. All the doors were still locked. I wasn't afraid, but turning that corner and expecting to see a person and seeing nothing but a bright empty room was very creepy. So you were scared. Yeah, with cats, once they lay down in your lap and they fall asleep, you can't move. You are stuck there until they decide to wake up and go. Back in October, I had the shock of a lifetime. It was about 3 a.m. on a work night and I woke up hearing two very distinct voices coming from my living room area. I have two friends who have keys to my place in case they're at the bar and need to sleep it off, but neither voice sounded like them. Then I heard what sounded like an eerie violin. What the heck? Someone broke in and played you a symphony? I thought two drunk people had broken into my apartment and I guess decided to watch a movie or something. Well, if they're bored, might as well watch a movie if you got Netflix. I was freaking out and trying to figure it out. I just hid and hoped it would go away. Finally, the sounds just completely disappeared, which was just as disheartening. I didn't hear any footsteps, so it made me think they grew aware of my presence. I grabbed a weapon I keep next to my bed and slowly creeped toward the living room. Girl, why? I bet she'd white. Why are you always trying to investigate? That's how you die. Nothing was there. It was pitch black and everything was turned off. Heck no. Girl, you better move out. Turns out my neighbor, who owns the film studio I live above, pulled an all-nighter editing his entry to the Halloween horror film contest he hosts every year. He was reviewing his film and accidentally paired with my soundbar instead of his own. He played the audio very loudly to a horror film to me in my pitch black apartment at 3 in the morning. Heck no. That would be so terrifying. I would murder him. I would make his life a horror film and murder him. Jigsaw style. Coffee break. My sister was home alone and I was out at the mall with a friend. I called her to ask what t-shirt she wanted from the store I was at and she told me she was scared that there was a ghost in the house. I asked what happened. She had put a hot pocket. I don't know why that's so funny. I just love that she specified that she put a hot pocket in the microwave. Anyway, she went to her room to change while it was cooking. While she was changing, she heard the microwave go off, signaling that her hot pocket was done. She comes out of her room to grab the hot pocket, but instead of it being in the microwave, it was out on the living room coffee table, all warmed up. What? If that happened to me while I was alone, I would have been out of there so fast. A ghost touched my hot pocket? No, that's not okay. I don't know why, but with hot pockets, no matter how hot it was, I had to eat it right away and burn my mouth and then breathe like a dragon so it cooled off while I was chewing it like because hot pockets are just so good. The ghost was craving your pepperoni hot pocket, girl. Once I was alone in the house and heard an elderly lady say hello in a crackly voice. I froze, freaked out a bit, but then manned up and gave my own crackly hello back. Why would you do that? Only to hear the same voice again. Long story short, it turns out the cat I was babysitting for my friend can mimic human speech. Like, who knew cats could do that? I know when cats are super angry, it sounds like they're talking sometimes, like they yell no. But heck no, I would throw that cat outside so fast. I don't care if we're in the middle of the forest and there's a bobcat on the front lawn. I don't care. You're going outside and you could talk to him. I spoke to the ghost of my great-grandmother on the telephone.
Okay.
That is one way to spend the weekend. I didn't recognize her voice because she had died over 60 years ago before I was born. But a very elderly sounding lady called and calmly told me to
tell Essie it is time to come home now.
I kept telling her she had the wrong number, but she was adamant that I pass along the message. 2 hours later, my grandmother's assisted living home called and told us that my grandmother, Esther, had passed away in her sleep. Her mother had died when she was 16, and Essie was my grandmother's childhood nickname. This was 25 years ago, and thinking about it still makes the hair on my neck stand on end. Wow. So your great-grandmother told you that your grandmother was gonna die. That's dark. I'm surprised she didn't tell her to pick up dinner on the way home. Like, hey, can you tell Essie to come home now and bring some KFC with her? That's what my mom would do. It was just getting dark outside and I was on my computer talking to a girl on AIM. That's something instant messenger, I think. I had my door open as usual because it was always unbelievably hot in my room for no reason. So anyway, the way my computer and desk were situated, I had my back to the door. At some point, I heard someone walk by, which was not uncommon, because usually her dad goes back and forth using the restroom like across the hall. So when I heard someone walk by, I didn't even glance around to look. Then, maybe 30 seconds later, it suddenly dawned on me. I was home alone. Heck no! Get out of there! No one else should have been in the house. Dad was out of town for work, and my sister only ever came home to do laundry or to ask for money. Same. Relatable. So I did what any teenage weeb would do. I grabbed my sword and started patrolling the house, wearing nothing but my underwear. I didn't find anyone, but wow, did that get my heart going. Why would you investigate? Girl, you are literally one of those teenage girls in her swimsuit in one of those scary movies where all the sorority girls die. Why do you have a sword? Are you a knight? Sister and I were downstairs watching a movie when her phone starts to ring. When she checks it, my number shows up, but my phone was upstairs in my room charging. What? So either it's a demon trying to call up your sister, or someone broke in and is trying to call your sister. So yeah, it's time to get a new phone and a new house. I spent 6 months living alone in a cabin near the end of a dirt road in central New Hampshire. Okay, this is literally the start of any scary movie. This is the intro clip where someone dies, and then the whole movie we wonder who the murderer is. Nearest neighbors were a quarter mile or so up or down the road. It's an area where people definitely keep to themselves. Had all sorts of animal visitors, bears on the porch, you name it. Yeah, that's normal. But never random people around. One morning, I went out to my car to go to work. It was spring and we'd had a late frost. On the rear window of my truck, someone had written, "I watch you," with their finger in the frost. Boy! I never had an actual problem in the rest of my time there, but that freaked me out. Yeah, time to move. Or get a roommate. Or a gun. I mean, that's something I would do just to screw with somebody. So I think one of your neighbors was just messing with you. It was their teenage kid. They were bored. They're single, quarantined, nothing else to do. So you're fine, I think. I used to rent a room in a basement apartment. My friend's family lived in a real house upstairs, which is how I ended up there. And they have a lot of family parties. One day I was doing some homework in my room. The other two tenants weren't home, so I had apartment B to myself. But they were being so loud upstairs, I was having trouble focusing. So much chatter and feet moving around. Sounded like dancing was going on. I texted my friend, "You guys sound like you're having a really good time up there. I'm not really getting anything done. Can I come up and join the party? Cause no one invites me to anything. Please, I want some chips and guac." He texts back, "No one is home. We went to Wisconsin for the weekend." Nope. I went outside, saw that no one's car was there and no lights were on in the house. And then I just went for a walk until someone else got home. Well, the ghosts in the house were having a little party. They're not disturbing you. They might have even let you join. Have some, ghost chips and salsa and queso. It was raining, about to be dark. I'm watching a movie on TV. The volume is quite loud since I put on the surround sound. Suddenly, I hear a knocking or someone trying to open the back door. I mute the sounds. I thought, oh, it must be the wind and rain. And we do have a lot of junk back there that moves around. Then I hear it again, consistently. The kitchen leads to the back door, so I grab a knife. Why are all you people trying to be heroes? I yell, "You don't know who you're messing with. You have 3 seconds to get out." I still hear knocking. I said to myself, this is it. I opened the door wide open with the knife in front of me pointed at whoever it would be. It was my grandma. Dude, why are you pulling a knife on your grandma? That's messed up. That's funny. There are no girls around for you to try to impress. Why are you trying to stab somebody? Pulling a shank on your grandma. Shame on you. When I was 19, my parents and brother had gone away for the weekend and I stayed behind. I had a pretty rough night and was very drunk. I pulled a Britney Spears, cut off all my long hair to reinvent myself because I was moving to university the next week. When I was finished rinsing the fresh cut of hair off my neck, I left the bathroom and found a note in the hallway that said, "I was going to leave you a note, but I see that you are here. Girl, you gotta jump out the window." Naturally, I was walking around my house naked, which everyone does, as I thought I was alone. But when I opened the door to my room, there was a guy with his hair in his face standing in the middle of the room grinning at me. Heck no! I freaked out and screamed bloody murder, as one tends to do when there's a naked 19-year-old girl encountering an unexpected stranger in their house at 2:30 a.m. until I recognized him. It was this boy I had dated freshman year for 2 weeks until he ran away from home. Turns out he had heard I was moving away and just wanted to talk. He didn't hurt me or threaten me in any way, other than breaking into my house, handed me some clothes from my bed, and we chatted until he eventually left. I found out 2 years later that he's been institutionalized for schizophrenia. Okay, girl, you sure know how to pick 'em. He's a keeper. So yeah, that is some scary Home Alone stories to make you feel good during this quarantine. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to subscribe, be part of the Socially Awkward family, and follow me on Instagram and check out channel memberships. Links are all down below. And give this video a like and a share.
But yeah.
That's it. So I will see you creepy people next time.